My wife's best friend disrespected me at my own house. She's better off without you. When I shut him down in front of everyone, my wife snapped, "Apologize or we're over." I smiled. It was supposed to be just another Friday night gathering. Our living room filled with chatter, glasses clinking, the hum of laughter rising above the music. Sarah insisted on hosting. She loved the idea of friends filling the space, of life and noise spilling across the walls. I agreed, though the truth was I had grown tired of these nights. Tired of being the husband on display, the one expected to smile, while her friends circled like sharks. And then there was Mark, her best friend. At least, that's what she always called him. Just a friend, she'd repeat with a laugh when I raised an eyebrow. I tried to believe her, though every time his hand lingered a little too long on her arm, or his laugh came too easily at her jokes, something inside me twisted. That night, he crossed the line. We were standing near the kitchen island when he said it, loud enough for everyone to hear. "She's better off without you." The words cut through the chatter like broken glass. For a moment, the room fell quiet, every head turning in my direction. I set my drink down carefully, steadying my hand so no one could see the tremor underneath. My voice was calm when I replied, "Funny, Mark. Last I checked, this was my house, and my wife is still wearing my ring." A murmur rippled through the crowd. His smirk faltered just slightly, but he doubled down. We all know she could do better. I stepped closer, my voice dropping into steel. "And yet here you are, eating my food, drinking my liquor, standing under my roof. Careful whose shadow you're living in." The silence was deafening. All eyes shifted to Sarah. I expected her to laugh it off, maybe scold him, maybe defuse the tension. Instead, her eyes flashed with anger. At me. "Apologize," she snapped. Her voice cracked like a whip, sharp and unyielding. "Apologize to him, or we're over." Time slowed. I looked at her, the woman I had built a life with, the woman whose hand I had held through vows and storms. She was standing there, defending him, demanding my humiliation in front of our friends. In that moment, something inside me broke. I smiled, not a warm smile, not the kind she once fell in love with, a smile of realization, of resignation, the kind of smile that comes when the last piece of a puzzle falls into place. "No," I said quietly. One word. Enough. The crowd shifted uncomfortably. Someone coughed. Someone else reached for their glass, as if drowning in the silence. Sarah's face reddened, her jaw tightening. "Then we're done," she hissed. Mark's hand brushed her arm, subtle but visible. A gesture of possession. A gesture that spoke louder than any words. My chest tightened, not with shock, but with confirmation of what I had feared for months. The late nights. The secretive texts. The way she defended him every time his name came up. The puzzle was complete. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I didn't rage. I simply picked up my drink, took one last sip, and said, "Then we're done." I left the room, left the murmurs, left the betrayal sitting in the wreckage of my living room. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat in the quiet of our bedroom, surrounded by the echoes of our life together, wondering when exactly she had crossed that invisible line. Maybe it had been weeks ago, maybe months, maybe it had always been there, waiting to surface. By morning, the truth had spread. Friends texted, some siding with me, others offering hollow excuses for her. But none of it mattered, because the only thing that mattered was the look in her eyes when she chose him over me, not with words of love, but with words of contempt. The days that followed were a blur of paperwork, lawyers, and silence. She didn't fight hard. Perhaps she knew she'd already lost me long before that night. Perhaps she had already built a future with him in her mind. But betrayal isn't just about the act itself. It's about the choice. The moment someone you trusted decides your dignity is disposable, your worth negotiable. And for her, that moment came when she demanded I apologize to the man who wanted to take my place. I realized then that love doesn't end with fireworks or final arguments. Sometimes it ends with a smile, a quiet acknowledgement that the person across from you is no longer the one you vowed to love. I walked away with my pride intact. My heart was heavy, but my back was straight. Because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't shouting or fighting. It's the calm certainty of leaving someone who never deserved you in the first place. And as for Mark, he may have won her in that moment. But deep down, I know he'll always live with the knowledge that he was chosen not because he was better, but because she was willing to settle for less. As for me, I left that house, that marriage, and that betrayal behind. And with every step forward, the smile remained. Not out of joy, but out of freedom. Because I finally understood the worst betrayal is not when they leave. It's when they ask you to destroy yourself just to keep them. And I chose not to.